It's a new pathway for the continent of Africa. The newly signed African Free Trade Agreement is hailed as a huge step forward. 17 years of challenging negotiations came to an end last weekend. Nations agreed to common rules of origin, monitoring and elimination of non-tariff barriers, a unified digital payment system, and an African Trade Observatory dashboard. The Intra-Continental Free Trade Agreement would definitely reduce barriers to trade on the continent. But questions are being asked as to how prepared Nigeria is just days after President Buhari signed the agreement. With an alarming infrastructural deficit and a very high cost of production, lawmakers fear Nigeria will become a dumping ground.
The major problem of our country is that we are the largest economy. We claim to be the largest economy. Yes, we are. But the problem is that we are the largest consuming economy. We are not producing. Why? Because we fail to take advantage of the trade agreements that we sign with other countries.
This agreement signed, we have to quickly look into what we have been discussing in this floor. We need to look into security. We need to look into power generation. We need to look into infrastructure at the motion set, because without this, the cost of manufacturing is going to be very high, and Nigeria will be a dumping ground, as usual.
Some lawmakers say until the agreement is made available for Nigerians, they may not fully appreciate and understand it.
We need to critically examine what is in that trade agreement. Otherwise, we, like the mover of the motion did say in the motion, we might likely become a dumping ground, because you have smaller African countries that produce nothing. There are countries that easily China could go to, set up factories there, produce there, and move those goods into our country under this trade agreement.
We need to, as members of this National Assembly, to sharpen our knowledge, sharpen our understanding, so that when this treaty comes to us and we have to domesticate it, we'll be able to make the necessary input that will erase the fears we've all expressed and take advantage of what this trade agreement portends.
A very good idea, that's what the trade agreement is called. It took Nigeria months of consultations with operators of the private sector before agreeing to sign the agreement. It is yet to be seen if the fears being expressed by the Senate have not already been addressed. Abel Ejikeme, Arise News.